What's up, everybody? Are we live yet? There we go. We're live, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We're at the key pivotal moment in key time. We're at 37 minutes left, and it's right above that marker, as you can see here. It's right here. I already created this pendle. Now it's creating another one. Now we're at a key point here. What's going to happen next? If you watched my last video, I told you it's going to drop. I don't think it's going to hold here. It's too much selling pressure. Yeah, that keeps coming up. As you can see, it keeps coming up right around 29.7, 29.5. It just hit 3,000, I don't know, 3,060 something, and then it just keeps holding. We got to see. This is a key moment. 37 minutes left. I'm not going to stay on for the whole 37 minutes, but I'm here to kind of guide you, show you where I think it's going to go. Again, someone asked me, well, what's the long-term future of the coin? Where do you see Bitcoin and altcoins going? Well, the reality is, I just moved that marker. I shouldn't have did that. That's all right. I can move it back. Right there. Move it up just a tad. The reality of it is, it's still on a downtrend. So no matter what, it's still trending down. This is the daily. Okay, this is from this day, like I said, November 21st, November 9th of 2021. It's been nothing but dropping in value. Okay, so that being said, we're at a key pivotal moment. Again, another day of the same old nonsense. Is it going down? Is it going up? No one knows. And as you can see here, it's doing the same old dance. Again, 36 minutes left for the daily candle. A new daily candle to appear. I want to see where this new daily candle is going to show. If it shows green, it's a possibility it may do this. You know, it might show like this one here. It won't be an upside down hammer. This is a hammer here. It could do this. It could do one of these. We don't know yet. But what I can tell you is the volume of the red is dying. So the sellers is dying. The sellers are dying. It's starting to equal out. The buyers could take over. It's a possibility. Or this could be what you call a bull trap, meaning they're buying, making you think the price is going to go up and break through, but then they dump on you again. That's usually what's called a bull trap, and I think this is a bull trap. What's happening right now, and the price increased that fast, that quickly, over 30,000, is a possibility. It's a bull trap. Then you stop buying, you think the price is going to break through, you're in there, you're trying to show your support for Bitcoin, and you want the price to go up. You dump your money in, and all of a sudden this thing goes, and all of a sudden you lose your money. Not all of it, but you lose some of it. So it looks like it's a possibility that's going to happen. I still don't see enough strength in Bitcoin right now. I don't see enough to change my mind to still think that it's not going to hit this level. I think that people are putting money in, and I think it's a bull trap. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens. That being said, long term, like I said, long term, what do I see Bitcoin? Depending again, this level is very key. I can't tell you. Well, long term, I can tell you it's going down. It has been going down since 2021 in November. So it's going down. Just look at the trend line. Follow the trend line. When you create that daily trend line, look at it right here. You can see it. Down, 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 down. It's plain as day. You can even put it on the weekly. Let's go to the week chart. This is what the week chart looks like. The weekly chart. What does that weekly chart show you? It shows you there's still room to go down. It did touch this key level here, but it's still room to go down. Let me open this up so you guys can see it. This is every candle, and this chart right now is a week. So 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, it's a month. And as you can see here, if you'd have known that this was happening when it was $44,000, if you'd have known, if you had pulled out that weekly chart, if you had looked at it and said, damn, I think it's going to go down. This is what big, huge investors do. They look at the longer time frames. They don't look at the hourly, the 30-minute time frame. Now, if you're a day trader, that's what you need to look at. But if you're a long-term trader, holder, this is what you need to look at. You need to look at the later time frames because it gives you a big picture. Okay, it gives you a big picture, and you can see it here. I mean, I don't. It's still red. I mean, look, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3. This is another month. A month of red. Look at 1, 2, 3, and this one was huge candles. So 1, 2, 3. I still see another red candle coming up. I still see it. I don't see anything that's going to change my mind. I still see it going down. It's 30. What? Where are we at now? 30. Almost 30,000 now. What time is it now? 7:27. We still got another half an hour before the new daily candle. This is a week. So the weekly candle, the new one starts in 1 day and 1 hour. That's the new candle for the week will start. It's another one to look at. I don't usually go that far, but it's always good to look at everything with open eye. So this is 30 minutes left on the daily chart. And again, I mean it's fighting. They are fighting. I'm telling you, the buyers are fighting. They're trying to get this price up. They're trying to get the price up. It's not enough strength. I think it's going to drop. I don't think it's going to. It might go up just a tad bit and then and come back down. I just don't see. I don't see enough power, enough strength. If there was a lot of buyers and a lot of volume with these buyers, these candles obviously will look like this, but in green. They don't. They look red. Okay, every day, these are candles, red candles daily. 1 day, second day, third day, 30 days. Go 30 days back. It does not look good. So yeah, long term, I still see it dropping. How long? That was a question someone asked me on YouTube. How long is this drought going to last? The reality of it is, if it breaks this point, it's going to touch here. It's got to touch the 23.53, and if it breaks that, it's going to touch it. And follow the trend line. The trend line will tell you. It might go up a little bit. You know what I mean? Once it hits this trend line, it might go up a little bit. Let's go to the weekly, see what that trend line is on the weekly chart. Yeah, well, it touched it here. Well, that's the only trend line because we have to go by this one, this one, this one, and this one. So it hit it here. There's a potential when in a day and an hour from now, the next candle will appear. It's a possibility it could continue to go down. I mean, the Hakinashi candle saying red, red, red. Another red candle is possibly going to appear. Okay, that's what it's showing me here. Okay, similar to this red, red, red. You got the hammer. Spindle, then you get the red, and you get the hammer, another hammer, red, red, and then it finally started to switch. Until I see something like, a significant switch like this, to me, it's still red. It's still going to go down. Again, key point. This mark is the key point right here, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I'm bringing it out, so I'm going to spread it out. That is a very major point, right? That purple. That purple is where it was previously. It did break below that. And then the next one was here, the 23.518. If you look at it on the daily chart, you'll see why I'm saying that. Right here, as you can see, it went left to right for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 to 10 days. It went left to right here. That means consolidation, and then it went for another leg up. Well, it's doing the opposite. It might do a little consolidation here at the 30,000 marker, but then it may just continue down. Same way it did the consolidation here and then made its way up. So you have to look at long term. You got to look at these. It already broke this one. This was a major. This is where it's at. So if it breaks down, like I said, closes below this, breaks down, next target is here, 23.585. So long term, you got to watch the price. It's going to touch this price next, and then it's going to go here. Around 18,000, 17, 18,000, right around this range here. This will be the next one after it breaks. Where it's at now, if it breaks down below that, it's going here. After it breaks down below that, it's going to go here. Now, that could take months. Okay, that could take months. Well, I'm talking about 6 months to a year of state downtrend. I mean, this is a good time to accumulate some cryptocurrencies. You know what I mean? Or put your money in USDC or USD and just wait. Wait for it to really bottom out. You already know the targets. Okay, well, if it breaks down below this 29,000 marker, it breaks down below that like it did before, like it did the other day, it went down to 25, and it got pushed up. Well, look for that again. This is a trend line. The shorter trend line is right here. That line right here. This is the shorter trend line. Watch for it to touch that again. And if it breaks below this trend line and bounce off of it and come down, then it's going here. It's going around 18,000. Okay, so that's long term. Now that could take months for that to happen. So that's what I would keep an eye out for. Pivotal key moments here. So long term, I'm still bearish. I'm still bearish on Bitcoin. I'm still bearish on all the other coins as well. This got a nice little green candle, but this is the 4 hour. I mean, you've seen green candles, boom, and it might just do a little of this and then drop. Same thing with GMT. Got a nice little green spike here, but then it got eaten up, and now it's halfway. What's going to happen now? Everybody's watching what Bitcoin's going to do. Because if Bitcoin goes back down below that 30,000, 28, 27, in about, I don't know, another 20-something minutes, this thing's going to tank down. And that's what we have to watch out for it to drop. If Bitcoin does what I think it's going to do. But again, it's at a key point, and that's what we all have to watch is this trigger here. Long term, if it breaks below that, bearish. I would just accumulate, don't, like, let's say you had $10,000 and Bitcoin dropped to a key point. You want to spend about 20% and buy it there. And then if it goes even lower, you take another 20% of that 10,000 and buy it there. And then if it keeps going low again, you take another 20%. You get what I'm saying? So you got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. You got 5 buys you can do. 5 buys at key moments. Even though it keeps going lower, you still accumulate. And then and then eventually, when it turns around, it comes back up and starts hitting those key points. Now you start taking your profit as it goes up. You take your 20%, your another 20%, another 20%, and by the time your 100% is up on that 10,000, you done made your money back and some. You get what I'm saying? So long term, that's another way you could do it. Some people would rather just wait and buy it in one lump sum, wait for it to dip. You know what I mean? To the very lowest you can get it, and in hopes to get lucky to buy the bottom, and then just ride it up. You know what I mean? That's another possibility too. I mean, you could do however you want to do it. Like I said, still bear moment, still bearish, still long-term bearish. That's what I would say. This is, it could do a little of this. It could come a little green. I mean, it has this trend line to go to. Like, for instance, let me go ahead and get my brush. It could do this. It could come down, touch here, come back up, touch here, and then continue down again. Right? And following the trend line, these trend lines right here, bang, bang. Because look, 1, 2, 3 touches. 1, 2, we're waiting for a third touch. It could do this. But if you buy it here, right? Let's say you buy it here. When it does hit this trend line, that's a good buy. In my personal opinion, that's a good buy, that trend line, right around that trend line. It may go a little lower, right down to 23.7, 23, 24,000, 24, give or take. It could break down below this trend line. If it breaks below this trend line, then it could go even lower. That's when we use, again, 20%. Let's say it hits this trend line and then bounces up and touches this one. You sell, right? Possibility you're going to sell because it's following the trend line. It's still going down, and the trend line is not going to stop. Let me go ahead and delete that. Let me get this. All right. I just want to grab this and extend it. That way we have a long-term look at where Bitcoin can really go if we really do our homework. And by the looks of it, look at long-term, it can do this for a long time. You know what I mean? It's a possibility. Until, right? It could do that for a long time, which will continue to drop, right? Until it reaches this pivotal moment right here, this line, which is around 18, which is a key moment right back here. It could do that. That is more of a possibility than it shooting right through right straight up. But it is on the downward channel. There's a possibility. Let me go ahead and erase that so you get a better idea. All right, let's remove that. Remove this. I want to show you what else could happen. I'm going to leave that one there because that's a key point. it could do this, break above this trend line, bounce and touch it. Now this is a positive sign. If it breaks above it, comes down and touches it, and then shoots up, that's it. I mean, now you're looking at a trend change, and now you can start seeing this happen. You get what I'm saying? It's called a trend change. And what helps you is the Heikin-Ashi candles. The Heikin-Ashi candles will help you in your looking at these coins and figuring out what the behavior of what these coins are going to do. That's what the Heikin-Ashi, in my opinion, it does for me. I don't know what it does for you, but for me, it tells me the behavior of the sentiment of everyone trading the coin. That's what it's telling me. So, in hopes. So somebody asked me a question, what do you think is going on long term? Like I said, I still think it's bearish long term. Until it breaks that line, that 30, and closes above it. It's at 30,100. It looks promising. That looks nice and all. We still got 21 minutes. It's got to hold. It's got to hold. If it doesn't hold, it's coming back down. Let me go ahead and bring this. I'm going to narrow this up so it looks better. I like it to be more precise than anything else. Right there. Yeah, that's about right. You see, if we bring it back, that's about right. You see, it touched it here. Bang, bang. One, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 6 times it touched here. So this is why it's key, and it has to stay above this. If it don't stay above this, that's it. Target. This will be target 1 after that breakdown. And then target 2. And that's where you want to keep at. So if you're sitting on this coins and you're watching it, you're like, damn, okay, it broke down that key level. It broke down this first one. Okay, now where's the next support? That's next support areas right around here. 23, 20, 23, 9, 28, 20. And then if it breaks down below that, the candle closes below that, then it's hitting 18, 17, 18,000, right around this area here. Well, this top candles says 19.4, between 19.4 and 17.7, right around this whole area here. That's where it's going to hit next. I should expand that. Let me go ahead and do that. That way, because we could see that the wicks touch in between these. See that right here? Major key. This is a major area, another major area, because it hung here for a while. It went up and down, up and down, up and down. Sort of what it's doing now here, up and down, in between. Now the RSI, it is showing a positive, momentum. There's more buying power, but you see that little hook here? That tells me that it could just turn. It could turn. Let me get my candle, my marker. It could do this and then come back down into further depths. You know what I mean? And then this yellow, okay, because remember the yellow goes over the purple, which it is. But if the purple crosses over, then you can see a climb in Bitcoin going up. So for me, I would just be wary to buy yet. If you turned yours into USD, I would not buy again, I'm not a financial advisor. I got to state that. What I'm giving you is my opinion only. So when I say I'm not buying. I'm telling myself that I'm not going to buy yet. I will wait. Just because it goes up a couple $100 doesn't mean, okay, I'm buying. Because this could be another day we wait where it stays in the same area, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. It did that here, ladies and gentlemen. Look how many days it's sat doing this here. Let me blow this up for you. Remember, these are daily candles. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 days it did this, left and up and down, up and down, up and down. 24 days until it broke out finally. Okay, that could happen here too. That could also happen here. Right here. This could be a buildup of 20-something days, 30 days possibly. So, I mean, it's just, you want to watch this key zone. That's it. I will try to continue to make these videos, hopefully, to keep you guys aware of what's happening. Again, I'm not going to make the same videos all the time because it sounds repetitive. Because the reality of it is, it's not really doing anything. Bitcoin's not really doing anything. But again, if you already heard, Hopefully I answered your questions. I forgot the guy's name. He asked a question on YouTube. Hopefully I answered your question. I think long term still still bearish. I think it's going to continue to drop. I think eventually it's going to break down below this, only because it's still in a downtrend. Like you know what they say, a trend is your friend. A lot of times, but eventually a trend will change. The Hakanishi will warn me once it starts to see the red. Once we start to see red candles with green around it, or green candles. Where is it? You'll see. Let me blow this up. The Hakinashi will give you a little warning. You're going to see red candles with green around it. That means it's starting to become a little bit more buying power. And then you'll see a little dip, possibly. But I would still. That's not always going to happen. You got to look at the market too. Is it climbing? See this climb here? You got to watch the candles, okay, and then you got to watch this here. Okay, it's starting to climb. It's possibly it's going to break above, hit the target, and then start coming down again, and rinse and repeat. You see this? That's very key. You got to watch all the two, not just one. You got to watch them all. You know what I mean? Then you start following, and then when you know, you're like, holy shit, this thing is high. It's real high. That means it's overbuying. People are overbuying, and then eventually you're going to see a dip. Okay? In a perfect world, you can catch this all the time, and the reality is you never will. Not all the time. You'll catch it sometimes, and sometimes you won't have enough patience to wait for this. I know from my own experience. That's the reason why I'm saying that. But again, do your due diligence. If you can win more than 60% of the time, you'll be all right. You know, that's how I see it. If you're more than 60% right, you will win more. You know what I mean? You'll still be in profit, because you're talking about, hopefully some serious gains if you're following the market correctly. Long term, bearish. I think it's still bearish. I don't think we're going to see a significant change today. It is now 15 minutes away from the 8 o'clock new candle. I just want to see what the new candle looks like. I really want to see it. I should pause it and come back, but this is a live video. I can't pause it. But 15 minutes, we'll find out. So I would tell you is watch the next candle. Put on the daily. Put on your daily chart. Go to TradingView. TradingView is free. I got the free version. I didn't pay for it. So get the TradingView. You can still do all this charting and everything with the free version of TradingView. So that's what I would do if I were you. Kind of map out everything. You know what I mean? Look at your chart. Put the Hakanishi candles. The way to put the Hakanishi candles on your TradingView, if you go right here where see what BTC is, and it says and then the candles here, you can select baseline. I will go to Hakanishi. Click on that, and that's what you'll see. The Hakanishi candle shows more of a trend than a red, green, red, green. Now, if I switch it to regular candles, you see how it switched to regular? These are regular candles. Still not much of a difference. You know what I mean? You see more positive here. See a little growth here. But it confuses me. It makes me think, well, it looks like it's starting to go up. And that's where I made a lot of bad trades, because I'm looking at this candle, I'm like, oh, it shows it going up. But the reality of it is, when I put the Hikinashi, now look at the bars. See, it's showing still bearish. And for me, it's a more accurate, for me, in my opinion, it's a more accurate candle watching. Because if it really turns green, then you know it's a really good positive outcome, more than likely. Okay? That's what I would say, in my personal opinion. Remember, these are daily candles, so 40,000. So you bought this at the green, 40,000, and then sell it at 42. That's $2,000 difference. You know what I mean? And then you make a little money, sell it, wait for the dip, and then just continue to just watch. Just keep an eye on it. That's all. You got 13 minutes, I guess. I don't know what to talk about for 13 minutes. Watch this next candle. I guess we can talk about some other coins. In the meantime, see, this looks, it's a 4-hour. APE coin 4-hour. Let me put it on the daily. It looks positive on the daily. It looks like there's more buying power coming into APE coin. But again, if Bitcoin doesn't break that market, it's going to come back down. So, look at this double bottom touch right here. This is nice. Usually that's a pivotal sign that it's gonna move up. If you would have bought on the double bottom here. If you look at 550, you're looking at $3.50 or 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, about $3 profit per coin. If you would have bought 500 coins, woo, that'd have been nice, wouldn't it be? But everybody's got to watch. Listen, I could, another one, GMT is doing the same thing. I'm like, oh, well, I sold them already. Yeah, I don't want to buy now because I'll buy too high. I don't think it's going to continue up. Look at the wick. It's getting longer wick. It's going to be longer. Hopefully, in my personal opinion, it's going to come down and close. When the candle closes about 12 minutes, it'll turn red again. If Bitcoin continue to do what it's doing. That's it. And it's going to follow the trend line. Trend line down. Let's go ahead and draw a trend line here. Well, if I go here, it broke that. If I go here, it broke that. But if I touch here, it's going even with the Fibonacci retracement tool. Now I use the Fibonacci retracement tool. This is a Fibonacci retracement tool for when it starts to come up. It shows me key points where it's going to touch, I believe, and that's why I put my buys and stop losses and sells. Okay, and you can see that it's pretty good. You know, you can see the market is pretty close to where, you know, the key pivotal areas are on the Fibonacci retracement. So I would definitely add that Fibonacci retracement tool. You can find that here. The third icon down, click on that, click on Fib retracement, and that's where you'll find it right there. Pretty good indication there. Another way you can do it is, let's say, let me go back to Bitcoin. Let's say you want to know the Fibonacci retracement of it going up. You do the opposite of it going down. Instead of going down with the Fibonacci, you go up with the Fibonacci retracement. For example, I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to grab it, bring it here, and then bring it up here. You see how I did that there? This is a Fibonacci retracement. Move that over so we can see the numbers. So if it starts to make a reversal, you can see key points here. I mean, coming down. Okay, so it touched here. Geez, it would suck for Bitcoin to hit this number, but that's a negative. That ain't gonna happen. So that being said, I don't think that it will ever happen, only because it's too much buying power. But yeah, when it starts to turn around and start making moves back up, here we go. You know, first buying 0.786, I would probably sell here, wait for the dip, then do the same thing, 0.618. I'll probably sell here, wait for the dip, buy some more, and continue. Now the dip will be, you know, bang, just follow it, trend up, draw some trend lines. Usually the trend is your friend. Just cross some trend lines when you start seeing the candles start to appear, get longer. These trend lines I'm talking about, the ones here, the ones I got in blue. Let me delete this. Let's get into these trend lines here. This one and this one. And just watch it. If it keeps hitting within it, you see? And then eventually, what I believe is going to happen, eventually it'll break out or break down. If it closes above it, breaks above it and closes above it, it's possible it can go up. If it breaks below it and closes below it, it'll go down. In a real trend. All right, that's a possibility. So long term, still bearish. I would not, like my perspective, I would not put money in it right now. I'll wait for the big drop. It's going to be a bigger drop. If it doesn't hold this level here and it breaks down below it, it's going to be a big drop, not a small drop. It's going to be a huge drop, just like the last time. Just like this one here, it's going to be something like that. Maybe even bigger. It'll be equivalent. Maybe touch it. Maybe do a double bottom. Come up, back up. If you know if it does a double bottom, more than likely it's going to come back up and retest this area. If it retests this area and it doesn't break through, this is the next one it's going to hit. It's going down. So yeah, I would not be optimistic. I'm not optimistic for Bitcoin right now. I think it's not going to be. It's not going to last. Not a very long time. Not right now anyway. Not the way the market's going. The whales are dumping on you. You know, they'll pump it up a little bit, make you feel good around 8 o'clock. Say, hey, it looks good. It's about to pump. People put money in it. You put 5 grand, 10 grand of your money, and all of a sudden the thing drops. You gotta understand, 5, 10 grand of our money is nothing compared to whales' money, and so they'll pump it up. They'll pump. They'll put a couple mil just to make it look like it's pumping, knowing that they're going to be able to get it cheaper, because once it starts dropping below, you're going to start selling. You don't want to lose all your money, so you'll start selling, and then they'll stop buying it up even cheaper, and then they'll stop pumping it up when it's ready and when it's time. Right now, it's not time. I don't think it's time yet. Not at all. We'll see. We got 8 minutes left, 7 minutes left before the new candle appears. All right, let's keep an eye on it. I mean, they still sell. I mean, I don't really go by the technicals here, because these technicals, I mean, this is all computer. If you bought by this, like I said, if you bought this, if you follow the market with this, you definitely ain't going to be rich. You lose all your money. I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Now, I ain't going to lie. When I saw my GMT and I'm looking at it, man, I could have made at least a little bit of gains. Yeah, I could have made a little bit of gains, but for me, I'm looking for long-term gains. Riding the wave up and then making my sell points, my 20% sell, then another 20% sell, then another 20% sell, and hopefully, double, triple my money. That's the goal. We'll see what happens. You got 6 minutes left. It's still hovering around 3,000 per coin. APE coin is, again, this is the daily. Let's go back to the 4 hour. And the 4 hour looks like had a little buying power. Doesn't look that great. Same with the GMT. Had a little buying power, but it doesn't look that great. Yeah. It looks like it's going left to right, consolidation. And then hopefully it's going to make a move. But if it consolidates and someone huge whale dumps, it's going to do a double bottom touch here, possibly, maybe even further down. Great time to buy, I'll tell you that. I would definitely buy if it comes down this low. I would definitely love to catch this bottom right here. That'd be nice. Either one of these coins, even this one, even APE coin. APE coin, I think it had its hype, and now it's doing the dance. This was the hype moment right here. Key pivotal moments. Bang, 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 and then bang, and now it did the M, the dreadful M. And then went below that. Like, holy snap. And it's not APE's fault. It's, cryptocurrency in general. Whenever the majority sells, a lot of people follow. I mean, we can't hold the market up with our money. Our money's too small. We don't got enough money. So the whales, when they decide to sell, they're going to sell, they call each other. These guys are rich. Yeah, I'm sure they know each other's numbers. They call each other, hey, man, I need some more Bitcoin. I spent too much Bitcoin on this new mansion I bought, and I bought a couple of new cars. I need another 50 to 60 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoin. Let's dump the market. Let's dump the market so we can recoup, get that 100 Bitcoin back. And this is exactly what happens. They dump it for about a year. They sold it, right up here, and then they're buying it back when it gets way to the bottom. And guess what? They accumulate. They buy more, accumulate that 100 Bitcoin back, and then they pump it back up to the price again. Rinse and repeat. This is a stock market. This is the crypto market. Any market's the same shit. The same shit. That's it. They don't care about the little guy. All right, we're 3 minutes away for the new candle to start. Kind of want to see what it's gonna do. It'll probably look, in my opinion, I don't know. We're going to see all the buying and selling pressure right now as we speak. Usually when it gets close to within 5 minutes, you'll see a lot of buying and a lot of selling. You'll start to see it rapidly happen. Let's go to Coinbase and we'll go to Coinbase later. Let's go to the Fear Index. Let's see this while we have some time. Oh, crypto fear greed, Bitcoin sentiment. Ah, shit. See, This is what I was going to show you right here. This is extreme fair. Historical values yesterday was 10. Now it's a 9. Last week was 23. Last month was 28. And you can start seeing when it gets high, it's a lot of selling. Look at this. This is crazy. 7 days. This is a 7-day index. The higher it is, the worse it is. Let's see 1 year ago. Okay. Oh, this is crypto fair and the greed index. Yeah, okay. November 2021. That's when it started dipping. Let's go to November 2021. That's right around here. That's right around here. November 2021. This is when Bitcoin started dropping. You see the significance here? You see the crypto fear and greed index? Wow. When it started to dip, whoa, and that's when Bitcoin started dipping. You see that? In 2021 then? Take a look. Let's change this to that's the daily. And that's it. November 2021 right here. And that's fear index. It looks similar, doesn't it? Look at this. That's that one. You know what I can do? Let me see if I can. Oh, wrong one. This one. I'm going to bring it. I'm going to add it side by side. There we go. That way we can see it. Not really. Yeah, I guess sort of. You see this right here, this M here is this one. And then it takes down from here to here. From here to here. Does a little dance here. 1 hump, 2 humps, 3 humps. 1 hump, 2 humps, 3 humps. And then you got this, and then you got this. Yeah, it's following it pretty nicely. Man, extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too wary. That could be a buying opportunity. When investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. See, this is a crypto fear. Greedy motherfuckers happen here. It's a good thing to follow. I mean, it looks similar to Bitcoin chart, sort of. I mean, I wouldn't follow it. I would look at it. I wouldn't follow it to the T, but I'll definitely look at it. But this is what you want to keep an eye on when the crypto index. Okay, this is last updated May 14. That's today. So you can see that's why people are selling. This is it. I mean, it's good to keep an eye on this occasionally. Use all the tools that you can that you have at your disposal. That is key. All right, let's see what happened. The new candle happened. Oh, it looks. Oh, it's got green around it. Oh, it is above the marker. It's got green. Surrounded with green. It's red, but there's a green candle. See a green right here appearing? Right here. Look at that. Small, but it's appearing, and it looks like it's coming up. Looks like the purple's about to cross the yellow. Ooh, it's a good indication. It's a possibility. It might stop pumping. We finally got a red candle with a green square around it. That's nice. And it also broke the trend line. See this trend line here on the daily? It did break the trend line. Right there. But it has to close above it. So that's another 24 hours before this is a really significant difference. Look, I don't know. I mean, look, I don't know what to tell you. Other than maybe this trend line is no good. It's a possibility. Maybe look at it without the trend line and see what happens. What does it look like now? Does it look positive to you? Does it look positive to you? Does it look good? Not to me. You know why? Because it done it here. It went here and came down. It went here, it came down, and now it's doing this. Now I want to see where the wick goes. There's going to be a wick appearing eventually. I mean, it looks positive. It does have a little green showing up. I mean, that's nice on the daily. But it's not necessarily mean that this can't turn red and then become like it could be like this one here, which was green, and then it turned red, and then all these reds follow. You know, because you see how this red candle was green, had a green square, and then all of a sudden, whoop, it turned red again, and then it just started dropping. So I still will hold off. I'm not gonna buy. I'm not falling for it. Get out of here, you bears, these bull trap. It's a bull trap. That's what it is. They want you to believe it's going up, and so that way they can make money on you. That's it, man. Long term bearish, still bearish. I don't see anything crazy happening today. Yeah, that looks like that, but we'll see what happens. Next couple of days, it's gonna be running around here. Next few days, just doing this dance. So I mean, the key areas, if it breaks above, closes above, and continue above, that's nice. I mean, it did break above, and the new candle appeared, but it has to close. It has to close above. Now, when I mean close, the next candle shows up. When this one's done in 23 hours and 57 minutes, and the next candle appears, and it's above that, then that's a possibility of a trend change. That's it. That's all I got to share today. No more. I was trying to answer your question, buddy. Hopefully I did in this video. Would you buy? Would I buy now? Not yet. I wouldn't buy just yet. It has to break all these other candles where it were before. These ones real close. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then but it has to be other candles, which is every day, another day, to 3 days from now. If it breaks above this, I mean, now it's got new highs. Old highs, new highs. And it starts to make new highs, break above here, it's a new high and a new high. And now you start to see it climb, but I don't see it. All right, that's all I got to share with you. Just wanted to make a quick video. About to watch some sports. Take care. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. Comment, like, subscribe, say something. Let me know where you're at. If you're alive, you're watching this video, let me know what you're thinking. Do you also see a bear market? Do you see a trend change? What do you think is happening in your eyes? Because we all think differently. We all see it differently. Fully understandable. Take care, people. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. I'll see you guys.